Hey everybody, welcome back to the channel. Let's move this around a little bit here. It is day 9 of my journey through COVID. I wasn't sure if I was going to do a video today, but I got a little piece of email, a little information. So I figured, what the hell? Let me see real quick if things are working. Doesn't look like things are working too well here. Um, hmm, let's try something else. Give me just a sec. So again, thank you for joining me on my journey through COVID-19. There we go. And if you're wondering how I'm doing today, well, there's not going to be any intro because it's a live stream. Just remember, smash that thumbs up button. YouTube likes that. If you are interested in following my process or my trek through COVID-19, then oh, there it is. Again, smash that thumbs up. If you want, hit that subscribe button. Let's get these algorithms going so YouTube can see that I've got a few people watching me. That would be pretty cool. So anyway, what I wanted to get to was I took my first test result on, well, you know what? Let's go back and let's do this right. This was my very first test result. Hold on a minute. On June 13th. So, uh, hello to the one person watching. Hold on just a minute. I want to make sure that. Oops, got a bunch of stuff going in the background now. All right, back to normal. So on June 13th, 2022, I my son had come home a couple days earlier, tested positive for COVID. Wasn't feeling anything, but of course I immediately started, doing the cleaning thing. And on June 12th, started feeling a little odd. Not horrible, just different. So I went and got a test. And this is a 15-minute at-home test. It's made by Binex. I do not have the box. I'm not promoting them. I only took the Binex because it's what my son took. And I figured if I was going to test positive for whatever he had, I might as well use the same test. So on June 13th, 2022, that was my test result. And as you can see at the very bottom where it says sample, that is the actual COVID test. And it on a 15-minute test, that thing lit up that dark in under 30 seconds. I knew I was pretty sick. So the last one I took was on the 14th, which I believe was my birthday. Yes, it was. And just to verify for my employer, it too came back. This is horrible. Camera sucks. It came back positive. There you go. I don't know what it is with the light, but you can see the two lines right here on this side. And it's positive. There you go. So there you go. Positive. So I was COVID positive. Now I just got my PCR test back from Walgreens. And on June 19th, this sucks, man. Tested positive again. Now, mind you, that was 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18. This is a week later. Still testing positive. Today is the 21st. I will be doing an at-home test tomorrow. And we'll see how that works. So hang on just a minute. Um, all right. So for some reason my my bot isn't working. So, but regardless, uh, today is day 9, and for the first time since this whole thing started, I actually feel decent. Um, but again, this COVID-19 crap has been all over the map. Earlier this morning, I'm still over 100 degrees. I'm at like 100.4. So I can't even go back to work, and I think I have to be under 100. So I'd have to look into that a little more, but it sucks. But now that I've gotten my actual PCR test done, my employer is going to work on the 80 hours pay that I lost, because now I have to take a well, I don't even know if I should bother taking the test tomorrow, but I probably will. I'm in 6 deep on these tests so far. Um, by tomorrow, and then I'll have to take another one on Sunday. Um, Actually, I'll take another one tomorrow, yes, and then I'll take another one on Sunday. And hopefully, we'll get some negative results, but you can test positive up to 30 days. Now, again, so I took this on Saturday, and I just got it back today, and there's my results. Um, so I'm still positive, and but fortunately, because I have been vaccinated, if I can stay feeling the way I'm feeling for a couple of days, um, I should be all right. Let me see what happens if I roll through this here. All right. So, um, but I still need 2 more tests. I did find out, like I said, I shared it with I shared it with you guys yesterday, I believe, or the day before, but I want you to see this anyway. Um, and I'm gonna try to pull up as much information as I can. So, COVID-19. Oh man, I forgot what I was looking for. Hold on a second. COVID-19 California sickness pay. COVID-19 California sickness pay. COVID-19 California sick pay. Okay, so um, let me read this to you, because this is good information, especially if you're in California. Covered employees in public or private sectors who work for employers of 26 or more employees are entitled to up to 80 hours of 2022 COVID-19 related paid sick leave from January 1st, 2022 through September 30th, 2022. So, immediately upon an oral or written request to their employer with up to 40 hours. Let's open this up. And yes, we will download the PDF. This is good information. I want to share it with you guys. It's important. And it sucks though, because if you're in the ride share, it does not help you very much. Let's see if it downloaded it or not. A lot of information. Doesn't look like it's. Oh, here we go. So let me see if I can find it here. This is not the one I was looking for. But anyway, basically, if you're a full-time employee, like I said last time, you have to. Um, oh, you know what? Let's do it this way. 2022 COVID-19 income, illness income, ride share. Let's see. I know it's got to be in here. But basically, oh, site can't be reached now. No, if you're a rideshare driver, you do not qualify. That sucks. You don't agree with it. I don't like it. Melody 6, how are you, sweetheart? I'm doing much better. Uh, Minimal headache, minimal fever. I'm still above the cutoff to where I can go back to work. Um, I do qualify for the 80 hours of of the California uh, SP something or another 22 for the 80 hours of work that I've lost. However, I still can't go to work. I need one more PCR test, which I will be doing on Sunday. Hopefully, once I get all of that back together, I'll start to be able to drive again. Noah's navigating. What's up, Noah? Man, it's been a minute. Um, and ever since everything fell apart with rideshare, I haven't been doing any live streams or anything. But now that I've got COVID, well, it's a little different. So uh, how's my strength doing? I'm doing good. Definitely getting more. I should say less fatigued, less lethargic. I am still taking 4,000 milligrams of vitamin C every day. I'm still doing 2,000 milligrams of B12. Um, just to mix it up, I got a little sparkling water. There's a little flavor. I have been really big on the Propels and the Body Armor drinks, stuff like that, keeping myself hydrated. Um, yeah. Well, I said, I'm so bored. My wife's at work. I'm still stuck in what I call the, I don't know if you guys can see it. This is my room of gloom. It's a little messy. It's our guest room. And since I've been stuck in this damn thing for the last 9 days now, it sucks. So just going through the motions here. Um, but anyway, as far as the COVID-19 goes, yes, I am getting my strength back. Yes, I am feeling better. Again, still over the threshold for the fever. I'm just under 101. Headache is much better. I had a little scare this morning though. Started having some chest pains, which is very unusual for me. And with those chest pains, I started getting a little lightheaded. And yes, and I did go out. I do go out and catch a little bit of sun. I do take walks at night after my wife goes to bed. I walk about a half a mile, a quarter mile up, quarter mile back, um, just to see how my breathing's doing. I'm not winded, but I do go out a couple times during the day just to catch a little vitamin D. Sun does feel good. Um, but again, the biggest thing right now is just keeping myself comfortable and keeping my energy levels up. Doing any breathing exercises. Not really. I mean, you know, if I start getting anxious or start getting a little lightheaded or whatever, I do some, 5 seconds in, hold for 5 seconds, breathe out for 5 seconds. I do repetitions of five. I wait a minute, do repetitions of five again to help see if I'm still have that swimmer's lung or that pressure in my chest, which I don't. Cough is pretty much gone. This is day 9 of COVID, which means it is now day 8 that I've quit smoking. Um, well, thank you. I appreciate that, Noah. I'm no longer just in case and I know it's been a while since we've talked. Um, I quit rideshare. I did a video on it, and there's a lot more to this. I don't want to get off the topic just yet. Let's stay on track with the COVID, and then I'll tell you why I did the goodbye video. So as far as the COVID goes, I'm still under the threshold or over the threshold of going back to work. I need one more PCR test to see how that goes. my employer will file for the 80 hours. So, fortunately, as an employee for a large company, I do qualify. However, as a part-time employee, I do believe you qualify for 40 hours, and as an independent contractor, rideshare, delivery driver, even if I was still had my own business, um, I wouldn't qualify because I was an independent business owner. So, if you're doing rideshare or delivery of any type, no, unfortunately, Uber and Lyft have skirted the law again. And even though they expect you to work through COVID, and they don't care if you get it, and if you do get it, you don't drive. And once you're cleared, they won't let you drive again anyway. Um, yeah, you're not entitled to get that pay, so that really sucks. Uh, I don't know who grabbed that naked thing, but oh, Melody Six, thank you. I don't know what the deal is with this. Um, third time I've done a live stream, third time that's pulled up. Do you have to file for disability? No, well, I'm not disabled. I'm sick. Um, so no, as far as the what is it called? Hold on. California COVID-19 2022 sick pay. Okay, so let's see what this thing is called here. So it is called, oh, okay. So it's called the 2022 SPSL. That's what they're saying it's called. Eligible workers include, for example, grocery workers, restaurant, fast food, warehouses, where food is stored. I'm still looking here. Hold on a second. I'm looking for rideshare because I was really that was really bummed out when I found that. Workers still looking. I really want to show you the rideshare thing. I wish I could find it. I don't know where it's at, but rideshare is not covered, and that sucks. Let's see here. All right, let's go back. Let's go back. SPSC 2022 COVID sick pay. COVID sick pay for rideshare drivers, SP 2022. That's SPSL, whatever. Let's see. I'm trying to find a site. I don't think I got a screenshot of it. So unfortunately, that's not going to help much. But no, rideshare drivers are not included. Neither is gig workers. So let's get back to my journey. 100.8, holding steady. Energy levels are coming back up. Discomfort is going down. Headaches are better. Shortness of breath is much, much better. Day 2 and 3, if you guys haven't seen those videos, I was out, man. It was like being in the ring with Tyson when he was in his prime. I mean, it was kicking this. It it was kicking the crap out of me. It's weird how it fluctuates. Some days are better than others. This is day 2 where I've actually felt halfway decent, but I still have this damn low-grade fever, and the headache. So I can't, even though I've been vaccinated, I can't go back to work until I have no symptoms for at least 48 hours. Let's see. Catch up with the chat here real quick. You guys are chatting amongst yourself. That's cool. But so anyway, it's nice to know that I can get the 80 hours. That will definitely help out because I got bills to pay, just like everybody else. So day 9 of COVID-19, my journey through COVID, and I'm doing well. Again, 4,000 milligrams vitamin C every day, um, and 2,000 milligrams of B12 every day. Have not used zinc. The only vitamin D I'm taking is, like Melody said, when I go outside. Um, I am getting better, progressing through this, and I will do another live stream tomorrow. I'm going to do another at-home test to see how that comes up, and then I will do another test on Sunday, and we will see what happens from there. So that's where I'm at. It's been an interesting ride, man. I'll tell you what. I'm quarantining on my own. I'm sure by now I could probably go back into the bedroom with my wife, which would be nice. But I'm a little more cautious than maybe I should be because I don't want her to get this. I don't know how she'd react to it, and it is not fun at all. It actually sucks, and I do not want her to have to go through this. Um, of course, I would be there every step of the way, make sure she's been taken care of, and she's spoiled and pampered and loved and all that other stuff. But anyway, so that's where I'm at. Day 9, getting better. Um, so they said by day 10, I'm no longer infectious. I will pull up some more information on tomorrow's video once I retest, and I'll hopefully be a little more organized with everything. And then, of course, I will do one more PCR test this coming weekend. So it looks like I'm going to be out of work for 3 weeks. I get paid for 2, though, so that helps. So as far as that goes, there you go. Omicron is going to stay a little longer, showing a positive. Yeah, I know, and that sucks too because you can be asymptomatic. You can actually. It's like the flu. It's like anything. Even though the contagious part is over, let's take a cold. You are more contagious before you show symptoms of a cold or the flu or anything else for that matter, even COVID, because you're not showing any signs. Once you start showing the signs and symptoms, or let me rephrase that, the symptoms of an illness, obviously, you're sick. Obviously, you want to stay away from people, keep your hands washed. In this case, I'm even wearing a mask around the house. I do not want my wife to get sick. I have been through so much Lysol, it's not even funny. But she's not sick. So, yeah, I agree, Melody, 100% on that. But um, again, if you test positive for COVID, remember I'm back into non-emergency and para-emergency medical transport. I'm actually driving a rig again. So even if I test positive, I have to have no symptoms for 5 days. Um, and that's only if I'm vaccinated or and have my boosters. If not, I have to wait the full 14 days. I know in every one of these videos, if you go back, I'm always saying, if you're thinking about it, get vaccinated. It's worth it. I truly believe that on day 2 and day 3, when I started having the problems with realizing I was getting a little short of breath, and I've been a long time smoker. For those of you that know me, um, it was it was a blessing because I know that would have put me in the hospital, and it would not have been a good deal. So, do I think the vaccines work? Yes, I do, because in my particular journey through COVID, if I hadn't been vaccinated, it would have been very ugly, and I know I wouldn't have fared as well. So, but again, that's your choice, and I'm not going to say one way or another. I just know in my situation it helped. Um, Damn, Noah, I know, man. You guys blew up with this COVID, and then it jumped all the way to California, and then it went right back to New York and Jersey, and then back to California. Because we're hubs, man. We're East Coast, West Coast. We're two of the biggest cities for tourists, and aside from Vegas included, obviously in Nevada. And they, it's just this is this COVID bullshit it's nasty, man. It is not fun at all. And eventually, just like everything out, like SARS, like the bird flu and swine flu and all the other crap, which are all N1H1 um, or H1N1s, N1H1, H1N1, one of the two. I'm not going to look it up. H1N1, I believe. They're all COVID viruses. Um, they're never going to go away. I just think that this COVID-19 was. I'm not going to get political about it. I just think that there's a little more to it because this thing has mutated so much, so quickly. Just like the flu, every year we have to change a flu shot. Now they're saying, well, they haven't changed up the vaccines; they're still the same. But we've had five different variants roll through California, and now they're saying they want us to get a fourth vaccination. Well, all that's going to do is kind of boost up our immunity a little bit and our resistance level. But until they start doing like what they've done with the flu vaccination and start isolating these individual variants of COVID-19 and Omicron and the other ones that are out there that I just there's so many I can't even remember anymore. So they start being more specific. Yeah, all right, maybe I'll do a fourth booster towards the end of the year. I don't know. We'll have to see what happens. Um, yeah, well, that's what they're saying. They're saying, get your first vaccination. If it's Johnson and Johnson, it was only one. The Moderna was two, and then if you got the Johnson and Johnson, you could get the Moderna as the booster. If you got the first Moderna, you had to wait 30 days. Then you got your second booster for Moderna. Then you had to wait another 30 days. Then you could get your booster after 90 days. I think, or maybe it was 90 days for the third one, which would put me back in November. Well, it's almost July. Um, and I don't want to do a fourth booster. And I honestly don't know if it's going to work. I got the two shots, but no boosters. It's been so long. And let's see. Yeah. Well, Noah, if you've gotten the two, I would do it. You're still out hustling, man, and you know, you're in one of those cities that it's just it's gonna have its spikes and drops and spikes and drops, and you're gonna be right in the middle of it. You do not want to get this. I mean, if what I had was considered mild, I do not want to know what full blown COVID is like. I remember I have a video somewhere in my list where it shows this guy who's just it killed him. I mean, and he was rideshare. So it's funny you say that because I don't know where my mask is, my other one. This is a KN95. I actually got this, or is this a K95? No, this is actually a K95 I got from my employer. So but I drove through the whole pandemic with my EMS mask. I'm sure you've seen it in some of my other videos. Unvaccinated, and I never got sick. And but I was constantly washing my hands and sanitizers and what have you. Um, you know, car was disinfected after every ride. It's a pain in the ass, but I didn't want to get sick. And then, of course, what happens? 2.5 years later, I come home, don't wear my mask, and I got sick. So, yeah, no, I would definitely get your booster, man, and do it in your dominant arm. Don't do it in your left arm. If you're left-handed, then do it in your left arm. If you're right-handed, do it in your right arm. And the reason being is if you do it in your non-dominant arm, you're going to favor that arm and it's going to be sore a lot longer. I did it in my dominant arm all three times. I was sore for a day and a half, and it was gone because you're constantly, you're driving and shifting and doing all that stuff with your dominant arm. Just works that muscle out, gets that medication out, and makes the pain go away quicker. Melody says she's doing several layers of material. Absolutely. I actually at one point was wearing the a KN95 and my other mask, which is 7 layers, and it just got to the point where I literally almost couldn't breathe. It was so restrictive. So anyway, that's day 9. Um, Low grade fever, cough is gone, still have the headache, little lightheaded, little fatigued, so I'm not in the clear yet. Um, Gonna look into seeing what my employer has for the state supplement income. I believe they pay now that they have my positive PCR, and then they get reimbursed to the state. So as I find out more about this, I will definitely share it. As far as rideshare goes, let's get into that. So we got Melody 6, we got Noah, we got Rick was in the house earlier. Here comes the naked guys again. Wow. And again, 8 days non-smoking out of 9. So I can't lie. I do have my vape, and it's been helping out. Takes the edge off a little bit, but I think the cough is more of the smoker's cough because it's a vaporizer versus smoke. So I'm very proud of that. I've come a long way in the last several months. Since January, I've made some really big life changes. I had to. If you go back and watch my goodbye video, um, that was pretty tough to do. That was a really hard video to do. I'm not going to get into it into the COVID part. If you want to find out how that video came into play, watch it. It says the thumbnail says goodbye, and if you listen to what I have to say in the beginning and then watch the actual video I put together, and then I mean all the way through the end, you'll understand where I'm coming from. Um, rideshare took a lot away from me. Hey, Bouncer Slab and Real Nature, how are you doing? I just saw you jump in the house. I'm educated. Have a wonderful day. You too, my friend. Um, as a matter of fact, Real Nature, I am thinking on taking a trip. I'll know tomorrow. I think I'm going to take a trip up to Sequoia National Park by myself, and I want to check out the burn scars from the KNP complex fire because I did a whole series of Sequoia National Park. I grew up in that park every year. It was my dad's favorite place to go, and it is currently now forever now, his final resting place. But a lot of the areas were burned so bad that um, even up to Crescent Meadow, that we will never see what those videos look like. If you're interested, go check out my Sequoia National Park videos, and look at them because I have a feeling when I go back up there, the burn scars were so bad and that fire was so large and it burned for so long that it's never gonna in my lifetime never gonna see what I saw in those videos. It's gonna take over 100 years for that park to even remotely get back to the beauty that it was prior to the fire. So that's something I'm looking forward to also. But anyway, let's see what we got here. That's what I heard too. Um, a bouncer, and the funny thing is I have a friend Clinton who a very dear friend of mine. He went up there. I want to say last week. He was coming back from Oregon, and he refuses to show me the video that he got. He went, he was there when we scattered my dad's ashes, and he's like, until you start feeling better, I'm not showing you the video. Apparently some of the burn scars are very, very devastating, but I want to go up. I want to do a follow-up to the videos I did earlier. I want to see if some of the things that were there are still there. Um, I want to see if the fighting giant is still there. I want to see, where this burned and what it got into and how the natural structure of the park fared. I mean, we're talking giant sequoia trees that are over 2,000 years old. This fire that came through the KMP complex fire, which is Kings National Park complex, which got into Sequoia National Park. These trees have been around for 2,000 years. This fire was major, major bad news, especially with everything that's going on. But I'm willing to bet that it wasn't the worst fire that's ever gone through that park, just the worst fire in our history, recent history, that we've seen. So, uh, let's see. Yeah, I agree with that, Melody. And then Noah, or just 9 days. This is day 9. I'm trying to keep up on the chat, and I'm just focused on the camera right now. So I'm on day 9. Tomorrow will be day 10. One more at-home test, another PCR test on Saturday or Sunday, depending on when I can get scheduled. Talk to my employer about getting paid. And I want to go back to work, man. I'm so freaking tired of being at home. So you know what? Yes, Melody. That's exactly what I planned on doing. Is I know that park. I mean, like the back of my hand. I mean, I know where I know all the areas that I've already um, done video on, and I will be going back to those areas, and I will do a before shot, and then I will do an after shot, and I will make sure that I am standing literally in the exact same places that I was standing when I did the first videos, um, and do the side by side comparison. So yes, I will actually be doing that. Um, Bouncer. But Bouncer, the one thing that concerned me, and I can't pull it up right now because obviously because of the live, but the one thing that concerned me was the road to Crescent Meadow. Now, if you've ever been through Sequoia National Park, um, and you know it as well as I do, because you can spend literally all day on the Crescent Meadow Road. You've got the Congress Group, you've got the Autolog, you've got the um, the Tunnel Log, you have the Fighting Giant, you have Crescent Meadow, you have Morro Rock. There's another tree right across from Morro Rock that I didn't get to see that I want to go up, and apparently. But the thing about the Crescent Meadow Trail is that, or the Crescent Meadow Road, is it's a long road. Um, and you can literally spend all day on that one road and see so much beauty. Um, Apparently, like I said, my friend went up there about 10 days ago and he saw some black bears in the meadow. He saw a lot of deer, the mule deer that are up there. I thought that was really cool. So, but the one thing I do remember in a lot of areas of that park were the trees that were painted with the blue stripe, which were, the dead growth. They were trying to, um, they were systematically working their way through. But those trees were dead all the way up to the top, and they were 200 feet tall. And then you get, even though it was thank God it was a natural fire. It was started by lightning. Um, when you've got trees that are that dry, they're matchsticks, man, and it burns up to the top. You've got all that buildup on the top, and now you have a crown fire, and that's what does the damage. Is you get that wind. Fire creates its own wind. It creates its own weather, and you start getting wind movement through the tops of these trees, and now you've got crown fires bouncing from tree to tree to tree to tree to tree, and the trees are sort of it looks like candles. The trees are literally burning from the top down. Um, And from what I understand, a lot of that stuff that they had marked is gone. As a matter of fact, they were still doing controlled burns now that the snow has melted, to burn some of the stuff that's on the ground. Now with redwood trees and just like everything else, redwood trees not only need, like the fire, but they need it to, drop the seeds and make more redwoods. Got to germinate the ground. But there was so much dead growth up there when I went up there that I'm really, I want to see it, but I don't, and I'm really curious. So yeah, Melody, I do believe it is open to drive around. Um, I know that the Crescent. I'm sorry. As of now, and what I'm finding out, because I think I'm really going to do this week, is like I said, I have to wait till tomorrow. Um, is Crystal Cave Road is closed indefinitely right now. Um, if you're, I did a video on Crystal Cave Road too. That road actually melted, literally. I mean, it burned away and melted, and the trail down to Crystal Cave was very heavily damaged with a lot of rock slides. After the fire, there was debris from the fire. The cave, however, was not damaged. There is constantly an outflow of air from Crystal Cave. It is always 48 degrees. Doesn't matter if it's 110 outside, the air coming out of that cave is 48 degrees. And from what I understand, the cave did not suffer any damage whatsoever. Um, you move up to the Guardian trees. Don't know what that's going to be like yet. Then you continue up, well, you start the trip, you get into Three Rivers, then you get into the park, then um, you have a visitor center, then you have the Tunnel Rock, then you have um, you can walk down to the river, and then you have Hospital Rock. Then you've got all the switchbacks, which are really fun to drive if you're into that kind of driving. But speed limit is 25 miles an hour, so we got to keep it real. Then you've got the Morro Rock overlook, where you can actually see Morro Rock from the road. As you continue up further into the park, you've got the Guardian trees. As you continue further up into the park, you get into um, Giant Forest Lodge, and then you get into I'm sorry, you get the Guardian trees. Then you have Crystal Cave. Then you have Giant Forest Lodge, which is the Crescent Meadow Road, which takes you through all the stuff I just mentioned: the auto log, the tunnel log, Morro Rock, Crescent Meadow, Tharp's Meadow, the third meadow that I can't think of the name of right now, the Fighting Giant. There's so much on that road alone, and then you continue up, and then you've got the General Sherman Tree. You go up a little further, you've got the Wolverton ski area or picnic area. Keep going a little further, and you've got Lodgepole Campground. Go even further, and you've got another area, another group of sequoias, and you keep going, and then you start going. You transverse into Kings Canyon National Park, and now you've got the General Grant Tree and Hume Lake and all the others. I mean, there's so much to do up there. Um, I heard the Sasquatch. He done bald right now. That fire was so intense. He just looked like skin. Sasquatch. Oh God, I haven't heard that in a long time. Now the last time I actually read something on, on Sasquatch um, was when Mount St. Helens blew her top on May 18th, 1980, and there's a little comic in there about Sasquatch telling the mountain to shut up because he couldn't sleep. But yeah, there is a lot to do in that park, and you cannot do it in a day. I actually, my very first trip up there, I have a video that's been heavily edited, and that video is an almost 2 hours long, and I literally, it was the first time I'd ever done a vlog like that, and I really wanted get as much as I could in, and so I rushed my wife and kids through that whole park, and I got as much as I could. Um, and I finally broke it down into segments. Okay, we got 5 people in the house. Thank you very much. Hit that thumbs up button. Looks like you guys already have, so I do appreciate that. But yeah, tomorrow is Wednesday. If it looks good, I don't know. I may even know today. I've got a friend that owns the Sierra Lodge, which is a relatively inexpensive place to stay, and I do want to go up to the park and do a follow up. Um, yeah, I had the opportunity to go, Mel, but it wasn't it wasn't the ideal. But I got to share it with my kids. They'll share it with their grandkids. They now know where their grandfather and great grandfather now, where his final resting place is. Um, there's a lot of stuff in that park that I started going when I was 8. I quit going when I'm sorry, when I was 6 or 7, and I quit going when I was 18. I think I was 18 the last time I went up to the park, so 30 years had passed ish, and I still remember that park like it was yesterday. So thanks, Dad, for all the awesome memories and teaching me what you knew about the park and what have you. So many people. Yeah, I know, and I would be outside too if I wasn't sick. But so that's where I'm at as far as this multi track video here. We've gone through the COVID, do another one, and but it is nice to talk about the park and the videos. You can tell my first videos versus the older ones. Some of them are upside down, and I had to throw in little clips. It was pretty funny. I had a good time making those videos, and I look forward to going back up and getting a little more serious. I'm going to bring my Nikon, my DSLR, uh, my D300 with I think I've got 3 or 4 lenses, and I'll be doing lots of still photos, um, and doing the side by side comparisons, from before and after the fire. Mighty Heidi Dream Warrior is in the house. Thank you for that super sticker. I appreciate it. I gave her a can of poop. If you want to know what's going on, ask Mighty Heidi about the can of poop I gave her. That started with the driver sensei, by the way. Um, Mighty Heidi has been working her ass off doing a lot of live streams. Yes, I have seen them and I have popped in to give you the support. She's doing deliveries and stuff so she can actually talk and film as she drives. She's working, she's hustling, and she is a very good friend of mine. And can't tell. I do believe she is. Let me see. No, she's a mod. Of course, she was one of my first mods. Her and Rideshare Lisa. So anyway, that's where I'm at right now. I'm looking forward to getting over this COVID, and I'm looking forward to going up to Sequoia National Park. If I do it, I want to do it tomorrow. I want to be back Friday. Um, I would like to spend some time with my wife over the weekend because once I get back to work, I get one day off with her and her schedule, and that'll be Sunday. Um, so I want to spend as much time as I can with her, especially if I'm getting better. But we'll see how that goes. I don't want her. What? Oh, um, I just want her to. I miss my wife. There's a lot more to it. Like I said, watch the goodbye video. That will explain a whole lot. It has a lot to do with the ride share, why I finally gave it up. Um, it's it was something I needed to do. A lot of people didn't like it. A lot of people thought, it was a waste of their time. Whatever, I don't care. It's my channel. But if you're in rideshare, it's a video that you will understand and you can relate to. So, um, Mark, What's going on, man? Um, you just got here. You're 50 minutes into this live stream. I guess I need to start doing more of these things because obviously a lot of people aren't getting my notifications. Yes, thank you, Bouncer. I appreciate that. I am getting better. It's just, it's been a long road, man. A lot of stuff has happened in the last year and a half. It really started going downhill when the guy tried to kill me. And I'm still dealing with that, and that's been a cluster. Just another roller coaster ride. It's just like once something finally starts to get on an even keel, freaking storm blows in and just starts turning the waters again, and I'm getting really, really tired of it. So, what is that? Oh, oh, my Nightbot's working. I gotta thank Sensei for setting that up. The driver Sensei set up my Nightbot, so that was pretty cool. Um, hang on a second. I'm gonna do one more thing here. All right, here we go. So, but anyway, that's my journey through COVID slash ride share, and the kind of things seem to be. Yeah, right. I'm gonna get to Sequoia National Park, and even if I have to do it in a day, it's now you got me curious. Sequoia National Park South entrance. Let's see. It looks like it is from here, my home, going through Visalia. Oh, this is cool. Um, so, uh, so here's some of the hot spots from Sequoia National Park. Um, so I come in through Three Rivers, Lemon Cove, and then you've got Crystal Cave, the park entrance, the visitor center, Lodgepole. All this stuff up in here is basically Morro Rock, Crescent Meadow, um, the Auto Log, and then you've got Cedar Grove, Kings Canyon National Park, where the fire went through. I mean, it's awesome. Let's see how far away it is. It's 181 miles. So from my house to the actual park entrance is 181 miles. So that's 3 hours of driving. So I would have to leave at 6. I could get to the park at 9. I could spend a good 5 or 6 hours in the park and be home by midnight. So I will something worth looking into. Definitely. I've done it in a day, and if I have to do it in another day, then I'll do it. Wow, Kyle. Hey, man. How you doing? That's been a long time since I've seen your name around. But then again, it's been a long time since I've been here. So Kyle, just a quick update. I tested positive for COVID on June 13th. It is now June 21st. I'm feeling better. Still am not asymptomatic. I'm still above the threshold to go back to work. I'm looking into the state assistance pay. I'll be doing another test tomorrow. I'll be doing a final PCR test on Sunday. I'm hoping to get back to work. And now we're talking about Sequoia National Park and the fact that I just may go up there and spend a day or two before the weekend and just okay, and just do some side by sides of before the complex fire and after the complex fire and see what happens. So, but anyway, you guys, thank you for stopping by. I got some laundry to finish up. I got to go run a couple errands before the wife gets home. And I will be back tomorrow. Same ride share time, same ride share channel, about 2 o'clock. And I will be doing another nasal home test live. And we'll see how long that takes to come up positive. I know the first one was a 15-minute test. It showed me positive as soon as it started reading, it hit the control panel and the sample, and it was purple. The last time I took it, it took about 3 minutes for it to start to read. I'm hoping it'll actually, oops, sorry about that. It'll actually get better. And what happened? Hmm. I just got the new S22 Ultra, and I'm not big on these cell phones. So there you go. But anyway, um, yeah, Bouncer, you have a wonderful evening too. I will be safe and vigilant. Kyle, thanks for stopping in. Melody, um, Mark, Mighty Heidi. I mean, everybody, thank you so much for and for the super chats, for the super stickers, thank you for your support. That's the biggest part. That's the best part is, the stickers are nice and the super chats are nice and all that good stuff. But the best part is you guys. Um, I've learned a lot through over the last few months, and I've learned who my real friends and family are, and the people that really support me. Even though a lot of us have never met face to face, you're always here in the chats. Some of you I have met face to face, and we've all been through a lot, and I'm glad that we were able to put away a lot of the shit and get through it. That's what happens with friends. You have your disagreements, you work through things, and it's over. That's a friendship. And I'm really starting to learn who my real friends are and who I really don't need around anymore. And there's 6 of you in the chat right now that I would say are my friends. You're part of my extended family, my YouTube family, and I appreciate it. So, you guys, I will see you tomorrow at about 2 o'clock. We'll do that test. Um, it'll be Wednesday. And then, if everything goes well, Thursday and Friday, I'm going to be slamming this new phone with video and just building a ton of side by sides for Sequoia National Park. I am looking forward to that. So, again, you guys, thank you so much. And there goes my wonderful. Oh man, I don't know where these are coming from. I've already reported them, and they just keep popping in. I don't know how to remove them either. But okay, you guys, I'm out of here. Thanks again. Thanks for the thumbs up. Thanks for watching the video about my journey through COVID and Sequoia National Park tomorrow, day 10, at-home test. And we will take it from there. So until then, be safe. That's wrong, Heidi. That is so wrong. Don't tell anybody. Just kidding. Be safe, be professional, keep it real. If you must, drive on. I wish you all the best of health. Thank you, thank you, thank you for your support. Thank you for following me on this wonderful journey. If you have any questions regarding COVID, I think you click right down there, and CDC and YouTube are putting up a link underneath my COVID videos. So I wish you all the best of health, everybody. And again, thank you for your support. Thank you for your friendship. Thank you for being a part of my YouTube family. And I will absolutely talk to you guys tomorrow. So again, I wish you all the best of health. Be safe. If you're doing rideshare or whatever, wear protection. Wear your mask. Keep your hands clean. And I will talk to you next time, guys. Thanks again.